Delicious. Ra Works Pizoo. Hello. How's it going? Let me turn the music down a bit. That's better. That's better. Oh, gosh. Golly, golly, gosh. Oh. Ooh. How is everyone? Sneaker, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Let's just see what the hell I was doing last. Right. Okay, so I've done a little bit of mining off camera, right? And with this water shit. So I had a chat with Fluid Flux Man, and he pointed me in some directions. That being doing a... How do I even put it? Basically using like my old advection method, which I might be changing again. Because the method I was using was pretty old school. By today's... I don't know if there is a standard, but... essentially what we're doing now is a single solution that consists of semi-Lagrangian value advection, so where we sample the texture, you know, backwards from the velocity. However, we then use that velocity to drive mass around, or, you know, the height of the water columns. And then, because the water columns, you know, get thicker and bigger and whatever, so if I, like, do that, it'll, like, push against that and whatever. What actually happens is that we change the gradient of the water, and then we apply gravity to that gradient, you know, in the direction. And so we end up with a... Well, it basically means we don't have to do a divergence calculation. Divergence and pressure iteration. So it ends up being way cheaper. Way cheaper, and it advects our mass, you know, our height value properly, which is really good. So it seems like a win-win. So this is like the height of the water. Yeah, so it's very stable. The one thing I'm getting is I'm getting some little feedbacks. Some little feedbacks. I think it's when it's just going super fast or something. There's like some little bits and bobs, but I don't know. Let me see. Here, okay, I saw one there. But yeah, I'm not sure if the... I think the feedback is from the velocity not being clamped. So I think what I'll do is clamp that. Well, okay, like it's, There's sort of two ways I can go about it. One of them is to lower the resolution of the fluid, you know, of the simulation, which obviously makes it cheaper, but less resolute. means we're going from 4 centimeter cells to 8 centimeter cells. If I was to halve it. Obviously, I can go to, like, half. So we go to water. Where the fuck is it? Water. Resolution. 256. Basically means, it like, the lower the resolution is, the faster the fluid can travel. But also, again, it also means that it's less resolutionated. I also don't think I'm... No, that should be advecting properly. Yeah, so like within big bodies of water, lower resolution's totally fine. But because I'm thinking of using this for, like, you know, rainwater runoff and, like, rivers and stuff, I feel like I doubt water's gonna go faster than that. So I'm leaning more towards the higher resolution. But then, yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Don't bloody well know, innit? Done with water, my backside. Look, it's, you know, eventually. We will be done one day. Can this, like, just fucking... Can you give me the... No, let me... The rock. There we go. Oh, yeah, also, I'm currently not setting the stuff properly, but... Because you're working with the render targets, I mean, you cannot really make waterfalls, like anything vertical. So, with waterfalls... We need to do a calculation anyway, which is like if there is a surface like this, let's say a river is running down there, we don't actually want the water to gain this much velocity. Because obviously we're just taking the slope, and this slope here is like giga high, therefore it's creating like shit tons of velocity and whatever. So we end up like calculating, oh, where is the slope going from, you know, one height to another height, you know, and it's too high. So we end up categorizing the waterfalls anyway. But what you can then do is mask that out, so you can, you know, feed that into the render target. You can either mask it out, or you can do that in the shader, but then spawn particles at those locations. Or, you know, instead of doing, you know, this kind of thing, you could, you know, use a triplanar projection, or even like a volumetric flow map to do the waterfall. I think what I'm going to do is, like, go particles. I know, like, Ghislaine Gardot has done a lot of cool stuff. You can also use math to figure out, like, where this is, where these wave kind of crests are, which is good, because that would be very handy to, like, obviously spawn particles and spawn foam and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously, once I have... where the fuck did I put it? Order main data, derive water flow, surface, velocity, advection. New velocity needs to be clamped. And the clamp would be... I mean, this is dissipating it based on the column height. Yeah, that's so that water slows down as it's shallower, so that it can kind of, you know, go down rivery things properly without, like, freaking rushing out. There's also one other thing that I haven't seen many thingos talk about, and that is, like, when water comes off a slope and then hits a flat body. Ideally, it would not, like, do this and run across the top like that. It should kind of... This should, like, push back on it as it enters the main body, rather than just kind of, yeah, flowing over the top. So that's something... I can do that quite easily by... I don't know if I want to do, like... Yeah, I don't know, actually. I can, like, measure the difference. I think what I would do is use the permanent, like, water RVT, you know, bounds, and then just be like, okay, well, here's this thing. If water that isn't here flows into it, then push back on it. That should be robust enough. Let's go over the landscapes, drawing to RVT, and the landscapes to editor only. It won't draw anything in the build. The landscape is set to editor only. I mean, that makes sense because it's runtime virtual texture. Oh, there was also one other thing that Mr. Fluid mentioned, and that was using a like a pre-baked FFT flipbook as like a detail texture, or like for WPO. Which would be really handy. Like on top of just, obviously, the normal maps. You know, the normal map difference. Wherever that is. How performance heavy is the water? I get 120 frames with it. It's not free, but you can definitely make use of it. But it does end up being cheaper than some other methods because our water is going to follow the player around. Or the simulated area follows the player around rather than being in a fixed volume. So that means that it can be higher resolution. So more detailed. Or you know, more dense, essentially. But yeah, the resolution is configurable. Yeah. Someone was asking earlier. Or someone was saying earlier you should make it thingoable. I'm going to FFT is not have two landscapes in the game. Yeah, I remember that, Dio. I do remember that. You should be able to set one to draw in main pass. Never. And so it shouldn't... I mean, maybe it would... As long as its collision is set to none, then it might not... I don't know. Another thing you could do is, depending on the size of the landscape and like how much you need the far version to be, you could bake the far version into like a static texture. Obviously, you know, need to do that periodically and whatnot. But yeah, that could be an interesting one. So this is with no vorticity confinement, which it still does look like it kind of swizzles a bit, which is nice. I don't know, yeah. Right, so I need to clamp the length so that these feedbacks don't happen. I'm pretty sure that's because of the length, as in like the velocity length. So let's just go to where we finalize our shit. And, well, should probably do that on the advection stage, fuck it. Yeah, so we want to get this. We want to get the length. We want to normalize it. We want to get the length. We want to clamp that to whatever the cell distance is, which is in world space units. Oh, well, no, I guess it's... Wait, Because it's this delta... Well, I guess we clamp it to min 0. You know, I can just max it. Or minute. Choose the lower value. We can just say 8 cell length. No, sorry, it's not 8, it's 4. Oh, it is from this cell to another cell. Or is it a cell and a half? Fuck it, we'll just say 4, that's the cell size. But it should be water velocity multiplied by delta time. Well, no, it should be 4 delta time, 4 divided by delta time, min. Chuck that into the velocity. But then, obviously, I need to fucking multiply it by the normalized guy. Yeah. Alright, how many divide by zeros are we gonna get? Oh, yeah, fucking shit tons. How do you safe normalize something? Can I just, like, do this? Just, like, normalize it. So the length is 0. Just give it some fucking number to stop it from exploding. Okay. So now we have water. The speed is being clamped. I mean, it's very stable. Let me just pump up the thingo. Well, the thing is, right, that, like, the water can move faster when the body is there. It's just, like, the edges that it gets kind of fucked up. Let me just get the input big number. Fuck, why is it not? Can I just, like, get this and just, like, yeet that? Oh, wait, is water velocity... No, it is that. Let me just yeet spaghetti that. Bam bam, chuck that into here. Alright, we'll see how that... Okay, is that really clamping it that much? Or I just fucked something up? Like, how is it... divided by delta time. That should be like... Is it because that isn't thinging? This is getting the new water velocity, and then... Let's chuck you into there. So this is the original water velocity, which, like, it is quite stable. There's just these, like, occasional little fuckerinos, you know? I mean, it very quickly sorts itself out, but I don't know. I mean, that's pretty stable, except for that. Ah, fug. Well... Yeah, no, because we don't know what delta time is until we... you know, until we fuck around. Till we frick around, find out, you know? I mean, that's slower. But it's just not... This is like if I clamped it to... So that should be clamping it to 400 velocity, which I guess it is. Oh, it could also just be that that fucking shallow water shit that I was doing. Hold on. Where was I doing that? It was somewhere down fucking... Oh, God. I don't know. I need to just, like, delete half of this logic. It's so, like, messy. Figure out the flow, velocity advection, water projection is not where I was doing it. It was at this guy? Yes. Okay, so if I just tell it like, hey, you can go fast. Go fast. Is that even? I mean, it is, but like not very much, right? It's kind of pussy. Say 800? I don't know. I mean, yeah, that looks better, but is it stable? Not really. But I mean, is water stable, you know? I don't know. Sometimes water just does mystical, magical things. Also, I'm not sure if this works anymore, because technically my grid is representing like the actually I had a thing here. This. My grid is height here, but then the velocity for this cell is representing the x velocity at this cell boundary and the y velocity at this cell boundary. And so, like, if I'm gonna advect, how the fuck do you do a semi-Lagrangian advection? Do you know what I mean? Or do I just say, oh yeah, they like exist here and just like advect it from there? Or do I get this guy x, y and use that instead of doing, you know, up, down, left, right? But that would be like, I'm getting these things to then define this. You know, I'll try it. I'll try it. So it's this velocity plus the so it's u and u plus the plus y's y and the plus x is x and the plus y is y. So plus x is x and the plus y is y. Try feels like man, we want to help you out, competition, all that. What kind of dirt do you have on the poor guy? No, I don't think there's any competition. I think if people want a professional solution, use fluid flux. If you want a non-professional solution, use Prismatiscape. Okay, this seems to be work. Is there a bias there, actually? No, I can't tell. I mean, that looks fine, but very hard to tell. Am I supposed to be doing that divided by 2? Because it's the... I mean, one thing I do need to do is just fix my domain shit. So we're getting the water column height, that's our A. And then we're lerping it slowly towards, so column height, and that is world height thingo minus the other thingo, which should give us the column height. Maybe it's that way. So that should be saying, hey, let's get this, which is drawing to the water height, and get this, which is drawing to the landscape height, and this, which is also drawing landscape height. It should be saying, yeah, let's like make it fill to there. But this is not... That should be 0. Okay, something else is doing... Something else is setting the column height. Somewhere. Water column height. Where would I be doing that? Drive water flow surface. It's not there. It's not figure out the flow. Also, this should be 4, and gravity should be negative 980. Right, moving the water around does set the water column height, but that should be doing a massless or no mass loss doodad thingo. Yeah, all the column height, we get all of the flows that we've just calculated. Outflow, inflow, whatever. Outflow scaling. Do that, plus that. Max that at 0. And then the wetness, whatever. So I don't think there's anywhere else that it could be being set, right? Not here. No. So it must be somewhere in here. If I just disabled this, do we still get water? Ah. Right, well, we're still calculating the gradients and shit, but... Does that mean I'm creating water from nothing? In here? Have I just, like, fucked up, like, the inflow-outflow stuff? Like, where's all this damn water coming from? Yeah, and why is that going backwards now? Didn't I say gravity was supposed to be negative? Will the project you're currently working on be fully finished? Maybe in like a month. I don't know. It's done when it's done. So that should explode. Yeah, so that's bad. But if I do this as a positive, I guess I should be it doesn't really matter. Water height gradient, water velocity, we apply that in place. That's getting multiplied by delta time. This is doing our gradients and whatever. So where's all this extra water coming from? What if I just start in the middle of completely empty thingo? So even here, it looks like something is being created from nothing. Is that from a lack of mass conservation, or... Oh, you know what? No, that wouldn't make sense. Can I have a full-time job? Yeah, kind of. Game dev adjacent. I'm a full-time streamer, content creator, because that's a job. Totally real job. TM. What if I just said, like, total flow? Oh, is it maybe... No, because, that would be... Oh. because these are doodle-dickened? Yeah, it's wherever there's these, like, high gradients that we just end up creating water from nothing. Why is this? Why are we getting just shit created from fuck all? So we're saying get the velocity at these bits. And yeah, that's just going to cause issues. So everything's in the right place. It's just something in the math. Pardon me. So we're saying here's velocity xy. Here. Or this guy. And then we're getting this guy and this guy. And so a positive difference from here. Well, just the velocity from here. That's x and y, and that's x and that's y. Maybe there's something going wrong in the actual... Because we pre-calculate all the flows, right? Of the up, down, of the heights. So we're moving this guy into this guy. And so this guy's this guy is this, you know, this guy's this guy. So that all obviously works out. Is it just the... I made a spelling error. You're x plus, x minus, y plus, y minus. The heights are plus x minus x plus y minus y, water column height. We get the maximum outflow of each adjacent cell. I mean, this doesn't really matter, but... Yeah, what the fuck's happening here? It's not this, I've... That's just a clamp for safety. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be the order in which I am doing things. Let me also just check that I'm not fucking with the column height. So you're getting water column height plus 0. And then that's the new water column height. So that's fine. 2080? Yeah, 2080 super. 2080 soup. Input upgrade? Not really, no. I mean, I've never run into any issues with this card, like in gaming or game development. Or game development and streaming simultaneously. Never had any issues. Let me just set water column height as water column height and just see. This will give us, yeah, like, okay, so we're definitely just creating mass from nowhere. It's definitely something to do with our flow. Which we're doing flow surface here, which just updates our velocity, so that's totally fine. That shouldn't be fucking with anything. And then the actual flow should be totally normal. If I just said, alright, what if we just said water height flow 100x negative 100. Oh, actually, let's go negative 100 here. So they're all going to match. In theory, the water should just be flowing, you know, across. And if I just go to our... Actually, let me just double check. Yeah, so no water height. And if we said add water input to water sim, if we got our water column height plus some fucking fuckery of our thing, let's just go like 5 by 1000. So this will create water. And yeah, this is creating water. And it is simply just flowing that way. Which looks perfectly fine to me, honestly. Let's go like, you know, let's get lots of it. And let's also just make it go sideways instead. It's like there's a discrepancy between velocities somehow. As in, like, some of the velocities are wrong and others aren't. So yeah, this is just saying, hey, get all this shit and move some amount of it away. If we can make that faster. So that's just moving the water across each frame. And that looks like, yeah, it's quite preserved. Yeah, I can even see, like, the verticality becoming horizontal. So that makes me think that it is this. Somehow. I'm getting previous water velocity, which is derived water flow surface, which is velocity after we've discretized it. Amethyst, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's going good. It's going good. I'm just trying to figure out a little buggy thing. Maybe it's... Let me just try this. Yeah, see, we're just getting mass from nowhere. Why is it doing this? Also, am I just tripping, or is there a very slight bias towards this side? Is this slanted? No. It shouldn't be. Or is that landscape? No, that's just a plane. Yeah. Fuck, what have I done then? XX, Y, well, positive Y, Y. XX, Y, Y. More like, why the fuck is this happening? No, that didn't look biased. Is it? No, that does look totally asymmetrical, right? I'm not just tripping bollocks. Okay, what if let me just make this material. I bet you it's just like a weird bug. My guess is that it's a bug. Let's just make the height flat, so it's like 100% flat. So there should be no anything right now. And then if I do this, yeah, there's definitely a bias towards positive Y. What I want to know is why. Why is this the case? Does that have any rotation? No. If I rotate it, is it any different? No. Okay, so there's definitely a weird thing going on. So this guy's velocity represents here in the Y and here in the X. And they're both positives. So they're coming in positive. These ones here is this guy's X. So the X is X velocity and the plus Y's Y velocity. Is it the... Let me try the negative Y for some reason. Let me just test. Because the Y is supposed to be... You know, that's just wrong. That's just straight up cursed. The other thing, I might just try doing this. Whoops, that should not be negative. Why are you doing this to me? What's with this weird skew? The skew is probably like from... Actually, let me check the horizontal skew. There is horizontal skew. Right, so the horizontal skew and that is obviously due to the way that I'm trying to fucking do this grid shit. But I don't know why that is. I guess it's because these velocities... Is it to do with the advection? But that still wouldn't make sense, right? Because when we do this is the same for every cell. So, like, how could we be creating something from nothing, you know? It's definitely to do with the flow. If I just turn this back to 0. So now we're just, yeah. Now all we're doing is creating velocity. Which, if we're getting water from velocity, even when we've got 0 column height, yeah, like absolute 0 column height. Let me also just go ready, water, render targets. Let's say column height 100 is our range. So yeah, there's some up there. Let's ignore that for now. Yeah, when I do this, okay, so it's something to do with our this. Something to do with the outflow scaling. Like, we shouldn't be able to just create mass from nothing. Like we are now. What the fuck is this doing, huh? Why are you going out? What the fuck? Fuck you. Side outflow of each cell. Summing vector 4s after we min. So this is the flow up, down, left, right. Here we get our... Oh. No, that doesn't... That shouldn't make a difference. Let me try just something a bit less fucky. If I just grab this and this and actually like sample that just to double check that it's the same between them. And we use that instead of this guy for the column height. So for this column height, add the outflows, which should be negative, and then the inflows, add if the adjacent cells can actually provide. And then get the total dudes, and then that. This gets added. Cool. And you know what? I'll just chuck that there to like just double check that it can't go negative. Yeah, okay, so we... Yeah, the problem is that cells are pulling water from cells that are empty. Doesn't make sense. Alright, so we're getting previous water column height. So we're getting right, left, down, up. The max outflow of each cell. Then this is how much each of them is outputting. Have I maybe just like fucked the thingo? the positives and negatives somehow. So then desired outflow, so total outflow. Da 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 da. That looks noisy. Okay, what if I just did no outflow scaling? What if I just said fuck it, no scaling at all? Okay, so there is some scaling. Figure out the flow, doing the stuff, blah, 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 blah. Let's make it a bit bigger. Yeah. Right. Move water around. Velocity advection. Oh, that should be getting it in place and doing shit with it. Well, no, that's not doing anything to the height. That's just doing velocity scaling. Let me just zero you out for a sec, or just 1 u. Or, hold on, let me just go velocity into velocity. Yep. Alright, and then we move it around. We will apply our flow or outflow scaling. Why are you doing that now? Right, because I fucked with this. So this was correct. Okay, so where's this extra shit coming from? What the fuck? No, what the fuck? What have you done? Min. No max. Right, that should be just a positive number. So how are we... I'm still so confused. Alright, you know what? I need to refer to a paper. Did you guys notice my new coffee mug? So big. So big. See, they use an actual staggered grid? Or do they use co-located? No, I drink it slow. It has double the amount, but it means that I make half as many coffees. You know? Let me try... How's that happening? Oh, right, because of the height. He's just spreading it out over time. That's funny. But then why is that happening is my question. I thought today I was just gonna, like, be able to have fun with the water and stuff, but now I'm just running into a weird bug. Well, two weird bugs. Well, I mean, one of them I get. The slight bias because of the advection and whatever. But this one is just odd. Nope, that's not it. The only thing I can think of is that maybe here, where we do this shit, if I just, like, negate and do that. No, it's, where is it coming from? I don't understand. Where is this goddamn water coming from? All right, well, let's go back to doing these hard-coded vector 4s. If I say 800, negative 800, 800, negative 800, then that should be moving the water diagonally at, like, a constant rate. Which means that, yes, there is no water mass anywhere. Which is perfect, right? So that's, like, normal. But somewhere in here, things are going a bit fucked. Like... Maybe, was my velocity going backwards at some point? No, I don't know. I think I fixed that. But, like, you can see what happens, right? If this doesn't match that, if there's more inflow than there is outflow, then this will just build up water. No? Hello? What the fuck? So is this working because the Right, I just have no idea how I'm supposed to write the ripples and stuff to the render target or IVT because they're propagating and drawing even. So the way that ripples work is that essentially for each pixel, you then operate on that pixel using the, you know, up, down, left, right pixels and whatever. So you could... There are a couple of ways to do ripples. One of them is solving the vertical wave equation, which just operates with a you know, and basically if water is accelerating upwards, then the surrounding cells will accelerate downwards in order to, you know, to preserve mass, essentially. And then when you do that from a single location, it ends up creating ripples. The other way to do it is doing the horizontal shallow water equations, which is what I'm doing here. But yeah, I wonder if it's a fucking floating point error. What do you reckon, Girl Cat? Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get a biscuit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to... I don't know, this whole thing's just breaking my ball. The problem is that the velocity isn't... So this does use co-located. Yes. General located capture these phenomena because in addition to the height field, they describe the evolution of a 2D velocity field normal to the water columns. So we introduced the computer graphics and blah 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 blah, based on the idea of assuming linear vertical pressure profiles and 3D navigation equations, blah 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 blah. Use a finite volume method for solving blah 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 blah. High field fluid approaches neither the wave equation nor the SOE can handle breaking waves. That's fine. Propose a method to simulate breaking waves by automatically generating triangle mesh. Yeah, fuck you. Blah blah blah. Arbitrary surfaces. Reduce numerical dissipation in the velocity advection step. I also don't really care about dissipation in the velocity. Ignore the divergence term and use a co-located grid. Integrated the SOE explicitly and describe methods for two-way water recovery, wet dry and tracking. Grid-based portion of fuck you, blah blah blah. Releasing of a pipe model. They direct particles that store the checkers. Yeah, whatever. Right. Maybe the order... I mean, the order shouldn't really fucking... Oh, well, actually... No, yeah, no, that shouldn't matter. Let me just move these all around. Let's do advection first, flow second. Drive water flow. So you're going to go here. You're going to go there. And these are all running not on reset. Not on reset, not on reset, not on reset. Okay. Yeah, see, it's still getting... It's the outflow scaling isn't working, but It's the outflow scaling isn't working, but it's because... What do you want, boy? Oh my god, this cat. So annoying. This paper was supposed by the influence maybe whether look over. You mean this one that I'm reading, or did you link one, or what do we? This is the one he linked me, like about like the basics of what he's doing, which is working, by the way. You linked one. I didn't see it. Do you want to post it again? I'm not getting it. Let me actually go to Twitch. See if it actually popped up. I didn't see it, Capsule. Do you want to post the link again? Why don't you post links in Twitch chat? That's weird. Alright, yeah, I'll have a look on the Discord. Where do you want to chuck it? Here we go. Yeah, visual computing. Got it. Alright. No, I mean this one's way more recent. Alright, fix errors, No. Oh. The paper. The paper. Alrighty. Time to read some papers. As a height field, at the start of each time set, we partition the waves into a bulk flow, which approximately satisfies assumptions, shallow water equations, and surface waves. Area wave theory. Solve the two regimes separately using appropriate state-of-the-art techniques, rigging by the resulting wave velocities at the end of each step. This strategy leads to the first height field wave model capable of simulating complex interaction between both deep and shallow water effects, like the waves from a boat wake sloshing up onto a beach or a dam break, producing wave interference patterns and eddies. We also analyze the numerical dispersion. Exact correction for waves at a constant water depth, giving us numerically perfect recreation of theoretical water wave dispersion patterns. Blah 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 blah. All right. Yeah. Well, yes. The DT. Yeah. I don't really need. Yeah. Aero simulators have to avoid flooding scenarios and gently slope solid obstacles. Shallow water solvers either add procedural texts to approximate a more appropriate dispersion relation for deeper water. Right, so it's a two-way coupled. Right. Oh, is this maybe the one that he was implementing recently? But as a single... Because I know that he was doing... Cat. He was doing... the... large body simulation. And then running ripples on top. Like capillary ripples. Maybe this is what he was talking about. Surface velocity U. Wave theory of decompose of the wave. High function onto average water depth age, perturbed high function. Right, yeah, because that's... Yeah. Yeah. This kind of stuff I don't really need too much. Let me just look at grid. Alright. Staggered grid discretization of the water height field with H stored cell grid centers, components of the velocity and flow rate stored on cell boundaries. Yeah. The water heights are time integrated. The explicit Verlet leapfrog scheme. So H is evaluated 1/2 time step later than Q, which is the flow. Staggered discretization finite volume scheme, which enables head simulation stability, guarantees volume conservation. Each sub-step of the algorithm accumulates the flow rates, Q, needed to update the wave height, H. And the fluid momentum encoded as Q. Q plus Q, and each time step we reconstruct the final H from these integrated flow rates, guaranteeing volume preservation. Huh. I don't need bulk and surface. I mean, it would be nice to, but I don't really need it. Well, like, I don't know. I feel like the problem I'm running into right now. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I see what he's talking about. Getting the capillary ripples and the flow in one like continuous algorithm. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like regardless of how my velocity is, you know, updating, the velocity at any given point. So if this guy's velocity is 100, but then why is it? Where's the extra mass coming from? That's what I want to know. Because this guy here and this guy here can't be different for like... So for each cell, we are saying get your own XY, and then get the one to your right's X, and the one to your bottom's up. So then for this guy, we've got this and this. Yep. That's guaranteed to be the same here. And then we get this guy's this one, and we get this guy's this one, and then for this guy, you're getting your own, this one, you're getting your downwards, that one. Yeah, it and again, it's like, I don't know. This is super weird. I don't understand how how we can be... Like, even when I do this, right? Like, I just do some fucked up shit here. And say, hey, like, for all of you, you're doing something. I guess there, it's uniform across... everywhere. Can I do, like, random float? No, but that would have to... Let's see if this blows it up. Doesn't blow it up, but it's kind of fucked up, yeah. Where is the fucking water coming from? Where's it coming from? And, like, other than that, it's completely stable. I just don't understand where this water is coming from. It doesn't make sense. Fuck divergence calculation. Don't need that shit. What if... Okay, let me just try... When I provide input... Let's not fuck with the velocity at all. Let's just go velocity equals velocity. Do not fuck. And then let's only input some height. And just see how that evolves over time. So again, I'm pretty sure that kind of mismatch is purely because of the way I'm advecting the staggered grid. If I wasn't doing advection anywhere... then yeah, it's totally symmetrical. So that is just an advection issue, which is fine. So why is it that our velocity is just creating water from nothing? That should be illegal. Let's not fuck with any flow surface or anything. Yeah, so that's still fine. If we were advecting this, then it's still fucked up. You were getting done first, weren't you? Yeah. What happens if I delta this shit here and then don't delta it in here? No difference. If I did this, it would just gigafuck it. Oh. Is that because it's the... min 1. Choose the smaller value. 1. Because we don't want to divide it by less than 1, because that doesn't make sense. But I mean, nothing makes sense, right? Nothing makes sense anyway. Okay, that's what happens when we... yeah. Where's the fucking... here it is. Maybe it's just some fucked up arithmetic error. Arithmetic between thingos. Nope. How... where's the water coming from? That's what I want to know. Where the fuck is the water coming from? What am I missing here? Okay, here's an idea. What if I just say water velocity advection, set water velocity to be y200, and that's it. Just set it to be y200, don't fuck with anything else, and just see what happens. Totally fucking fine. Well, no. Am I creating water? Hold on. What if I just did a non... Right, let me just double check that... Oh, no, I am still adding height. So if this was like this, not adding any height, and whatever. Well, yeah, okay, so if the velocity is the same everywhere, then it's totally fucking fine. Why is it that there's some disparity between when this guy gets this cell and gets its X component and when this guy gets his own X component? That's like the only way that there could be an issue. But even then, if I was to do like, you know, water velocity advection, whatever, even if I did random float, you know, up to 200, is that just gonna like... That's totally fine. If there's a fucking random velocity per cell. What about on both of them? Again, totally fine. Or is it? No, it's not. It's not totally fine. It exploded very quickly. Well, that one didn't, but... Did that explode? No? No, I think that's actually fine. Water... Yep, Okay, let me just go like this and that. Let's just see. Well, hold on. Let's allow us to make some water out of nothing. And we'll see what happens to it. Okay. No, that's totally fucking stable. And that will be moving at like one... So where... What? How? The fuck? I'm like so absolutely confused. Like, I can just choose a random velocity each frame, and it's totally fucking fine to, like, to chill with that, right? So, like, yeah, there's completely different velocities everywhere, everything's whatever, and it's happy to just, you know. It's like completely happy to just, yeah, like do its thing. Like, yeah, it's a bit spiky, whatever. That's because it's just pure noise. But it's not creating mass out of nothing. So why is it that when I use... hold on. Is it maybe something to do with negative numbers? No? I'm like actually fucking so... Keep in mind, this isn't just creating it out of nothing, because that's because I'm moving, and I'm, you know... I'm like actually stumped. How could it be that... Is that water? It's about to be. Water velocity is water velocity plus this shit. That divided by cell size, number of cells, sim size, world space, blah 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 blah. Multiply by delta time, add that to water velocity. Water velocity. I'm like at least 3% sure that this is a bug. Let's just say don't add any water height for a sec. Right, totally happy. Yeah. No water whatsoever, even though I'm... Well... Can I just, like, not do that for a sec? Where the fuck was that? That was in the advection stage. Where we're just getting... water velocity, sampling it from wherever the fuck, and then... we are all good to go. And the advection gets done here. And then these get done. Hold on. Okay, yeah, no, it's still totally fucked. It really just doesn't make sense. How can there be a mismatch? Because all we're doing is adding velocity, nothing else. Water domain data, we're not even touching now. And you know what? Water velocity, just fucking chill. Water velocity to water velocity. Bam. And still we're getting mass from nothing. A lot of it, apparently. I wonder if I could just, like, go back to doing a... like a central velocity. So, like, this cell's velocity pushes against this, this one pushes against that. Like, what's the real benefit of... Because, like... Well, no, in that case, it's kind of like... get spikes. Yeah, because that would mean that... You know what, let me just fucking try it. No, but even then, like, I don't get it. Let's go to here. And let's just go water height flow. So there's a fixed number. No mass. No extra mass coming from anywhere. Let's go random float. Random float. Bam. Random float, whatever. Random float, whatever, whatever, whatever. Yeah, let's make one of them negative. Why not? And then you go into there, you go into there, you go into there. So these are just like big random ass numbers. And still... Okay, not quite. Although they're probably from... That could just be floating error. Floating point error, sorry. Okay, no. Okay, so if there is a flow mismatch, then it isn't happy. Right? That looks like it's not happy. Is that correct? Well, it doesn't look too bad, right? The velocity's kind of fucky, but... Well, no, yeah, there is little pockets of water that shouldn't be there. But how can that be? How can there be extra water coming in? Unless it is from a floating point error. Because in here, we literally say, like, sum them all and, you know, divide it by some shit. Maybe, look, I'm guessing one of these fucking nodes is busted. I might just do it float by float. You know? Also what's the difference between sine and abs and fucking thingo? Like, why do they all act totally differently? Truncating for testing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, not truncate. I want to round. Should probably round it after delta time. Yeah, so that's still doing weird stuff. Like creating pockets of things. Let me also just go to the dudes. And we'll just say 5 units is the thing. Yeah. So we can see that random pockets of water height are occurring from our random flow. Let me just quickly do a restart. Just like really make sure there's nothing fricky happening. You know what it could be? No, it is 32-bit. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. All right. I am back. Back to hell. Okay. Oh wow, that's terrifying. Heal. Let me just look up CFD outflow scaling with co-located grid. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna see what happens if I try and use like centered values for everything. So we go derive the flow surface. I'm just going to say column height plus water height, or plus land height, sorry. So this is central, the right one. Okay, yeah, so this guy minus, oh, fuck off. So this guy minus that guy, then this guy minus this guy, and then that guy minus this guy. And then the same. What the fuck? No, you're going to... You go to there. You go to there. Wait, you're +1. If you're +1, then if you're 100 and you are 50, 100 minus 50 equals +50. Whereas if this is 50, then that's -50. And then we want to, what, fucking average them, so... Sorry, thingo them, yeah. Some shit like this, I don't fucking know. I don't care. So that's the new thingo, that's fine. Let me just turn off... Well, it's gonna explode. Well, no it isn't. So when we go figure out the flow, we want to do the... Fuck off. Fuck off too. We want to get the average of... This is terrible. We want to get this guy and be like, hey, you plus you. We get the average of you and you. could probably just divide it by 2 at the end, can't I? Yeah. Then we get the average of U and U. But U become negative. And then for the other two... Well, actually, no. If it's going that way, it means it's outflow, meaning that it's a negative value. If it's coming in from that way... then it's an inflow, yeah. But see, I don't know how this is going to work. I guess we'll just fucking wing it and find out. Technically, it should be more stable. I mean, this is just how my old, like, divergence solver version worked. And then moving the water around, we just get, yeah, the flows and the thing and the stuff and the whatever. Alright, so, firstly, nothing bad's happening. Cool. Secondly, if I add some water height input here, then, I mean, that looks pretty fucking normal, right? Right. Oh, there's a bit of... Something's going backwards, I think. Something is going backwards. Is that the, Why is it? Huh? Yeah, no, it's going backwards. It'll be this. It's fucking negative one, that. No, it was correct. Maybe that's just an inherent fuckery of it, though, you know. I did delete the rounding, yeah. There might be one other vestige left over from Thingamajiggo. That's all good. So this is then getting the velocity of XX, YY. Negative, negative, positive, positive. All together, delta time, water height, flow, and then the actual move water around. We get the flows. And is it because of this? It's getting minned. That's all decent, yeah. Right, and then why does that look so fucking dumb? I swear the like the flow is inverted or something. Like the velocity is... You can see the velocity doing velocity things, but then everything else is going backwards, sort of. Water flow surface. Well, if you were negative... And you're going to do that, but then what if the flow was inverted? Right, that's better. Okay, so it isn't like too different. And there shouldn't be any up, down, left, right bias. Yeah. So look, I think we just stick with this for now. It's like, it's stable enough to fucking deal with shit. I guess we'll have to see how it goes with... The only thing about it is that it can technically create peaks. And fucked up feedback loops like that. I mean, that can just happen anyway. See, yeah, see these, like... Okay, yeah. They can just do some fucked up weird shit. Although that should be getting zeroed out at the edges, so that's actually... to be that's expected behavior. So the problem here is that these are the wrong way around. So you should be negative, you should be positive, you should be negative. You should be positive. You should all be thingo, you go there, you go there. Yeah. Oh, now wait, the real test is if I don't add... sorry about all that noise. If I don't add... input. If I don't add height, and I'm just adding velocity, then do we get any additional height? No, we don't. So there was definitely a mismatch happening because of how I was doing my staggered grid. I don't know. Staggered grid, I can't wrap my fucking head around at the moment. So, fuck me dead. So this is velocity currently. You can see that, yeah, those big values were just coming in from the edges because they obviously go to negative infinity or some shit. But then this is... Why the fuck is that not advecting stuff down that way? Bish, what the fuck? Right, is that just, Wait, what? The fuck? Eh? I must be, like, minning or maxing something. Velocity advection, sample water velocity as new water velocity. And then the foam, the blue stuff, should be... Oh, right, because... yeah, again, another vestigial bullshit. Workflow. I've never actually tried MetaHuman at all. But I would like to learn some of their tricks, you know? Some of their tricky tricks. Alright, where was my... this guy here? So you're lerping velocity to 0, and you are going to lerp the height to whatever that fucking number is. And then you go velocity... water velocity, and you are going to be column height. Water column height, cool. Okay, so this will set the edges, the edging to some values. So Totally happy question mark. Okay, it's too... it should be this way, probably. Nope. Where the fuck is the water height? Oh, no, yeah, right. The edges it sets to those things. Ah, although it sets the velocity to 0, so... it should just set the velocity to the velocity. I don't fucking know. Just let it do its thing. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, well now it's just exploding. Wait, but there's no mass. There's no water. I mean, there is at the... Okay, hold on. Right, water height. That's not... What the fuck is going on? Alpha? Fuck off. You fuck off too. We're getting this shape. Sine period 2, do that, do that. This is then saying water column height is in the middle, this, but then elsewhere, I mean, if I just said fucking 100, then just gonna set the height to be 100. Cool. So then how do I get the height? Where is my shit? Where... Alright, let's get this wave height minus the landscape height. This should give us... You can die. This can all just fuck off entirely. Water surface? Like, where are you... I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't even use the water surface, though. That's supposed to be doing our... Oh, right. I didn't do the pre-sim, you dickbag. Right. Okay, so now it's happy just setting... What the fuck is that? Huh? Oh, right. There mustn't be anything on those parts. Okay, so let's just go... Get water domain. We're going to lerp between this in the center, water column height. Well, does this... No, that'll be black at the edges. So that should be this at the edges, this here. And the alpha is the rectangle mask. So, we should see, yes, water at all the edges. And it's gonna just come in and fucking do water shit, I guess. I don't know. Dumb shit. It's all just gonna drain out. Hold on. Let me just make it bigger. This shit's so dumb. Where am I? Okay, go. Yes, it's white everywhere. Cool, and then you should just smack and do some shit, whatever. That makes sense. Question mark. I don't think our gravity is strong enough to, like, do shit. Is this, should that be... Okay, no, that's right. Okay, okay. Everything's good now. Let me just turn this up. So it's like shallowish. Okay, so our edges are getting set to this height. We also want to probably turn vorticity confinement back on, maybe. Derive water flow surface, that does that, but then this will be... I mean, fucking yeah, whatever. Alright, our input. Water input to water sim. Well, we should be adding velocity, right? Where the fuck is our velocity? Velocity gets set. We're getting water velocity plus water velocity equals new water velocity. Right, we would lerp. Well, no, water velocity lerp to water velocity. Let me do that after. Piece of shit. Oh, it could also just be that we're not close enough to the water surface to, like, get... Okay, what? No, why aren't we adding stuff? We're adding foam? Where the fuck is the... Hello? Dry water flow surface gets the and that just creates a gradient, which we then do shit to. This is just getting... Oh yeah, the curl from the previous dude. I mean, this should be getting done somewhere here. Because that's not getting the previous... It's getting previous water curl, but not the previous velocity. It just adds it to the current velocity, which we've just added stuff to. What the fuck is going on? Something's like overriding the velocity, maybe? Like the input velocity, I mean. Make a video about all this? Yes, I will. Don't you worry. And what input to water fucking dude? Like, what the fuck? You're gonna use your fucking thing. Water input. Wait, am I maybe not getting... No, I am. Okay, yeah, it's definitely here. It's just not doing shit. What a velocity RT. What are you getting written to you? Maybe I could also just like do it here. See if it's like a staging issue. No? Is it that the height isn't being drawn? Like, what's this doing? If you just die, this guy here... Right, it's just that it wasn't close enough to the stuff. Like, close enough to the interaction surface or something. How's that work? What the fuck, bro? Is it because I fucked with the radius? Oh, God. Just don't compare water. Water wave velocity. Ah. We were getting this instead of the pixel water height. Well, I mean, can I just like fucking... When I do this, I'm getting the max of landscape and max of water. And then we're checking, have we broken the surface? And there's an absolute somewhere. Water input, fall off below surface. That's like a hard, not hard coded. Let me just go U divided by a quadrillion. Just let me do water. I'm so confused. How can you be fucking... Okay, you know what? Let's just do this. Just always draw the fucking water inputs, because I just can't be fucked right now. Alright. What the fuck is going on? Does it think that, like, the... What the fuck? Huh? You. Go to your fucking scale. Yeah, it's 1. Static movable. Runtime virtual texture. This guy. These guys are going to the water height. So why are you so pissy? What is fucking... Huh? Oh, fuck! You know what it is? No, no, that doesn't make sense. I thought it might be... I don't know, I'm so fucking done. Like, why now? Why is it working now? You know? Let me just grab all these fucked up water tiles and just like move them up. Because reason, yeah, that's exactly because reasons. Okay, so it's when, right? Because I guess it's like up here that it's reading it from. But it shouldn't care because I'm saying do it anyway. That gets multiplied. Everything gets multiplied. Water height checker. Do we do the thing? Da 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 da. Yes. And then you do all your shit. Like, yeah, that should be saying, yeah, like, draw me regardless. And like this one especially, like the character ones should not have any issues with doing velocity stuff, but they're just not. Like, what is going on here? Add water input to water input, CM water input. Oh. Let's just do this for a sec. Just fuck the waves for a minute. Still not it. What is wrong with you? Huh? I'm baffled. I'm baffled. What is happening? Like, why does it have to be shallow for me to be able to draw velocity when that's literally not fucking mattered earlier? There's something just like fucked up happening, and I don't know what it is. What are we drawing to the velocity render target? We're drawing the water velocity divided by 1,000. That's fine. Water projection? We don't need a water projection stage. What's this even doing then? It's just dissipating our velocity and adding pressure and shit, which is just, or should be 0. So yeah, we literally don't need that, aside from the dissipation, but fuck is wrong with this thing? Okay, now that it's above it, it's fine. I'm like so fucking confused. I'm guessing this is all fucked up for some reason. Even though we're not using it. Just fuck off. Okay, but you can see that... Okay, so what if the distance input below surface was just like big number? Or is it supposed to be small number? Is it because these Gerstner waves are just like too small to like do shit? What is the go? What the fuck is happening here? Can I just like warp you through the ground? I'm so utterly confused. Also, this is another issue that is going to be present. Is like churning here, because like the height difference. Obviously, I can mask that out, but yeah. That's minus the radius here, but that shouldn't matter. Yeah, I get it. Why will it not? Why will it not work? I'm just confused. Why is it not drawing? I don't understand. What a wave OVT high in fucking fuck. Alright, just get out of here. That's happy. But now something else isn't happy. Right, because we were getting this. What if we instead got this? And just said, yeah, make it flat. Cool, it's flat. Everything's flat. It's flat. I don't know, man. Let me just give these collision. You know? I don't understand. What the fuck is happening here? Just go like fucking query only, yes. Still nothing. What does it mean? How does it mean? What is even happening? This makes me want to like cut my dick off. Cut my dick off epic style. Velocity advection. Let's just turn that off. Let's just turn that off. And then let's just turn this off. And then we'll just fucking turn that off. Why not? And then just draw it to the render target. Water, velocity. We're not drawing anything. Why? Like, show me the thing. Fuck the domain data. Compile these nuts. No member name water velocity RVT in. Is that in here? Nope, that's in. Move water around, bruh. Is that in here? No. Where's that? Water velocity declared here. Can you just, like, point me to it, please? Like, what the fuck? Bish man? Oh, you mean in here? No. What are you talking about? You don't fucking exist. Height from here, world height. You're getting that from height RVT. Yeah. thought this was going to be a fun stream. You know? Thought it was going to be fun, and then we'd like do all the cool shader stuff and like the particle spawning. But I'm just like stuck in the fuck zone. And like I had it doing like the cool shit. But now it's just like super angry and like I'm not getting input anymore for some reason. Question mark. Question mark. See, like it's happy here in some places. I mean, like, it's kind of happy, right? It's kind of doing water stuff as well. Like, that's crazy. Whoa, haha, whoa. But it's also just kind of... Like, why is it not... Look at all the balls going... I don't know. I think I might... I think I might just... take a little break. Alright. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have all of this, like, sorted out. It's gonna be stable. I'm gonna be reading the input from the edges of the simulation. We're gonna set up a nice little test zone. We're gonna get our foam doing foam stuff again. We're going to make sure that our boundary, or, you know, edges are all edging. We're gonna be happy. Everything's gonna be fine. And then... Where the fuck is this? The fuck is this shit? Why are you ocean wave velocity? You should be using this, you fuckwit. What a velocity render target. Yeah. And you are water velocity render target, and you're water render target. Like, what's your deal? How are you getting a big red value from here? Ah, right, it's just reading this edge. Okay, yeah, edging. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna turn my brain off. I need to unbrain. I need to remove my brain, and then yeah. Yeah. All right. Who are we raiding? Let's raid Boom. Let's wrap it up. Apologies for the boring ass stream. What's my to-do list? Firstly, cry. Secondly, die. in Minecraft. Yeah, I just need to get it stable. Set up I just need to set up like a uniform test area. Totally flat water. Get it working. Introduce complex elements. Make sure that I'm setting the boundaries correctly. Or, you know, hard setting the boundaries. Clamp the velocity. Blah, 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 blah. Get it stable. And then it's fun time. So, thanks everyone for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Should be fun. Little short stream. Also, my internet's getting a bit shitty. So, yeah, we're just gonna fucking... I'm only gonna stream if it's fun. You know, if we're gonna do fun stuff. Alright, how do I spell boom? There you go. It's capital O's now. Alright, well, thank you all for hanging out. Whew. Hope you all had fun. But yeah, we're gonna be rating Boom, who is doing some modeling. Goodbye. And thanks to all the YouTubes for watching. You guys are also quite cool. Thank you and goodbye.